Honestly, people make it out to be something more than it actually is, and they want to call it a Donald Trump character, a Donald Trump gimmick, and it's really not either of those. I'm basically just more abrasive of a heel than anybody else. I am just so cocky and outlandish that, I more or less find it funny to, rub it in your face. The people of Mexico hate it, and I'm so obnoxious and so mean that, I say, oh, you hate Donald Trump? Well, how about this? I'm going to walk to the ring with a flag with his face on it. That's kind of a misconception. People think I'm trying to be like him or trying to, be a Republican supporter, when really that's not it. I'm just a classic, traditional, a villain, a cocky, arrogant heel, and, I just take it to an extreme. I'm that much of a prick that I really try to just, take advantage of a sour situation for the Mexican public.
And they definitely take to it, as far as hating you, they definitely don't like you. And the Trump stuff is great. When you kind of thought that up and you were kind of like, oh, we'll get a great reaction, is that like kind of the first thing that came to your mind? It's like, oh, I know what I'll do since Trump is always making fun of Mexicans or wanted to build a wall. I'm going to try and spice it up a little bit, and I'm going to be not necessarily pro-Trump, but I'm going to shove it in these people's faces.
Well, I have airbrushed wrestling tights, almost like Rick Rude used to have. And during one of our first pay-per-views that I was a part of, I was thinking, what could I do to have, American-style tights? And I'm constantly thinking outside the box. I didn't want to be cliche with your average, American flag and an eagle or whatnot. So I'm just thinking, what can I do that can represent the United States and really touch home and kind of make people angry? So I just said, yeah, let's get a picture of Donald Trump. People will really, get a kick out of that and find it funny. And generally, just the reaction after that was so overwhelming. So many people were generally offended. And if they weren't generally offended, they were so, taken back with comedy and appreciated what I was doing that, I couldn't really ignore the response. And that made me wait to see the outcome of the election. And I came out to with an American flag when I wrestled in Europe for 5 years, playing the foreign villain. It was normal for me to have the big flag, and I just figured, a 16,000-seat arena, you're going to be able to see his face a lot better on a flag than you would on my tights. So that's kind of the idea and how it came to be. And, it's been working now for the past, I think, 6 or 8 months.
It's been working very, very well. I mean, been covered by mainstream media outlets. Have you been surprised about some of the attention you're getting and from some of these mainstream areas?
Oh, of course. I'm definitely surprised. It's not something I set out to do or expected at all. But, I'm definitely glad it's happened. It's helped my exposure. It's, helped me make some more money. And it's opened a lot of doors that, I wouldn't have normally been able to open. So, it was a right place, right time. And now I'm really just enjoying everything that's happening to me, because of just putting a picture on my tights.